LinkedIn is turning on a new feature that's going to let companies and individuals signal how they're looking to work, remote, hybrid, all in person or on premise. I take it you tested this probably. So do you have any sense of how much this is going to reduce friction in matching job candidates or increase satisfaction? What impact that this might have on the overall recruiting environment?
Yeah, John, taking a step back, what we're seeing right now across the world, any CEO, executive team right now is having a conversation about what their company looks like moving forward. Do we work remotely? Do we work hybrid? Do we work in person? In fact, what they're doing is rethinking their company's culture and values. And on the flip side, you have hundreds of millions of employees that have worked differently the past 18 months, who are also trying to rethink how they work and where they work, but also why they work. And, being LinkedIn, we sit at the center of this massive talent marketplace. 5 people will start a new job every minute that they found on LinkedIn. We need to make sure that our platform is adapting towards the way that the world is adapting. We see that if pre-pandemic, about 1.9% of all jobs posted on LinkedIn were remote jobs. Today, that's 16%. So we need to make sure that when someone's out there looking for a job to get that talent opportunity, companies can better showcase their policies, but also job seekers and members can showcase what they are looking for so that we can make sure that the market is super efficient moving forward.
Yeah, and you also surveyed, I think, more than 500 C-level execs in the U.S. and the U.K. Just last month, and work flexibility was a big topic there. And I think just over half of leaders said they're going to be offering flexible work options, and that happy employees lead to better business results. But that means that almost half didn't say that. So can you give us a sense of where the divide is? Who's getting the flexibility or finding that it's going to be valuable versus who's not? Because we tend to embrace these sort of all or nothing narratives that, of course, aren't how things are actually playing out.
Well, I think to your point, look, this all or nothing narrative, being dogmatic right now is absolutely the wrong choice, at least in my opinion. A lot of us thought we may be, completely back in person across the world right now, and that line keeps moving further and further ahead. So this idea that it's really important to be flexible in your thinking, in your approach, trusting your employees to get their jobs done where it works best for them is one of the most important things we've been seeing in the data, and not only on the data and what we're doing across LinkedIn as well for our company to ensure that we can be flexible and can continue to build LinkedIn for the members across the world that need us so much right now.
Ryan, you got an example of a tough lesson that you've learned or learned about that during this time, about either expectations on what's going to happen or figuring out what employees actually want and need to be productive?
I think we learn a tough lesson almost every week, it feels like, in navigating everything that's going on. One of the most important things that I'll say, and I learned it from Satya, I think going back a year ago, you'd see a lot of companies that, I think the pandemic started in March saying, hey, we're all going to be back in person, opened up in June again. And I remember at that time, a lot of us were saying, well, another company's doing it. Maybe we should all go and say the same thing as well. And just this idea that when you put a date in the sand like that and you get everyone riled up against it, that it becomes really hard to navigate as that line moves. So this idea, Satya, talking about, it's really important not to be dogmatic right now and just leaning into the flexibility is the key to navigating all of this.